Oh, wow.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to our Friday night Essence meeting. My name's Cheyenne Kramer, and I welcome you all that are on with us here tonight. We come together every Friday night for just about 30 to 40 minutes to share some information with people so that they can get a better understanding of not just the iClub Biz opportunity, but some of the ways that you can really work with this company and work with some of the products. I'm always available for anybody who really wants to get into figuring out more about their Friday Night Essence and how they can use it in this program to help build a team. So we'll touch on that a little bit tonight, but just know that if anybody decides they would like to really try to pursue that avenue, that they can get in touch with me through Facebook. I've got personal pages as well as business pages, and people can private message me, whatever. I'm more than happy to work with folks that want to pursue that line. So I like to make sure that in these recordings, I just kind of give a brief overview, make sure everybody understands a little bit about iClub Biz and what this program really is. I like the fact that he calls it a program designed for the individual. Um, Jeff Evers, the owner, actually talks about iClub a lot like a kind of like a shopping club. If you think of the fact that you become a member of Costco or you become a member of Sam's Club or BJ's or any of those shopping clubs out there, you pay a yearly fee to all of them to actually be able to shop with them. And with iClub Biz, well, it's kind of cool. Once you've purchased a product, you're automatically a member. So you don't have to pay any yearly fee to be part of iClub. Once you've established yourself as a member by either purchasing a product or alternatively, somebody can join us for just $5 and become part of the club and have access to being able to buy and to be able to sell. So it's kind of a cool thing because that's a one-time $5 fee to be able to join the club, get a position within the team, and if you're not ready to buy product right away, that's okay. So that's one of the reasons I really love this program. I really love this company is because it makes it so that almost anybody can get started in business for themselves. And that's really a huge part of what my husband and I are constantly trying to teach people about is, self-sustainability is one of the most valuable things we can create for ourselves. So why not jump into this and learn some skills? And then if you want to take those skills somewhere else and do something else entrepreneurial with them, that's great. No problem. Go for it. But this is a great place to start, great place to build some training wheels, you might say, for people who are just starting to dabble in entrepreneurship or even online marketing. So that's kind of my brief overview. If you're not familiar with all the products we have, all you got to go is a products tab, and you can see we have the travel program, which if anybody travels, if anybody ever books travel through Expedia, ask them if Expedia ever gives them a check back after they travel, because most people will tell you no. But hey, we who joined the travel program, one-time fee of $30, and now you're a travel agent for life. If you book through Expedia Tap, which is the travel agent side of Expedia, now every time you book your own travel, they're going to send you money back. I mean, what's not to love about that? And anybody who's interested in health, weight loss, any of these kinds of things, we've got some great products. These are high quality products, just to make sure you know. And there is no reason that more people couldn't and shouldn't be using some of these products. They're really good for helping to boost the immune system, give you more energy, things of that nature. We have a non-toxic cleaning product that we've been using here a little bit. Managed to take some really weird old stuff off from the toaster with it. So made it look cleaner. And we have a cash flow manager for people who are interested in something that's kind of sort of like QuickBooks, helps you manage finances for business or personally. And then we have the lead capture page, which we tend to focus on quite a bit here. And so that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to focus just a little bit on the iWebatool, because I want people to understand the different uses of the iWebatool. And if you haven't heard about iWebatool yet, you haven't taken a look at this, or you're just really new to the team, or you're just new, you're checking out iClub for the first time, understand that iWebatool offers an internet marketing system that can help anybody to sell anything and be able to build any kind of online program. So it's really a tool that can be offered all over the place to other network marketers. All kinds of people need to be having an online marketing system to help them be more effective in building their business. So, you know, if you look down through here, there's a lot of benefits to it. You know, you can build up a lot of leads. You can send out emails to those leads. You get campaign statistics and analytics with it. You can set it up so that anytime a lead comes into your lead capture pages, you can get a text message sent to you. You've already got autoresponders set up in there that have already been written and proven to get some results. But you can also set up your own autoresponders for other products and services. So there's a lot of people who have been using iWebatool for quite a while, and it does get results for people. I put up a post on Facebook recently for one of our members talking about his easy leashes, and you know, immediately got somebody asking questions about them. And the beautiful thing is that his easy leash, there's a video on his page that shows people how it works. So there's just a lot of great features in here. And just to give you an idea, there are, I believe at this time, 34 different web pages already set up for you with iWebatool. And every one of these is a standalone web page. You don't have to host it. You don't have to pay. Just think of when you make your $12.50 a month payment for iWebatool, that's paying for the page, for the hosting, for the support, all of it. But it's for 34 different pages. So you have options. You can be able to utilize some of these pages in here that are related to the iClub products and opportunity, or you can get into some of these editable pages that are 100% editable, and you can use them for anything you want. So if you're already building a business, whether it's a brick and mortar store or whether you're doing something else online or some other network marketing company, you can tailor these pages to help you sell and market and even recruit to anybody that you're interested in. So there's a lot of value in this one internet marketing system. And I just wanted to kind of pop through here and again, kind of show you, I talked about there's 4 real different uses for the iWebatool. And so one, this is an example of what my husband Don is using. He's got iWebatool.net/Don Kramer. And this is one of the done for you websites that helps us to promote our travel program. It already is done. You don't have to do a thing to it other than start promoting it to people to let them know that, hey, you don't have to pay retail for travel, and you can get money back every time you use our travel program as a travel agent. So this can go out there as is. And when people put their information in down here, the phone is not required, but it's nice if somebody gives it to us. But if somebody gives you the name and email, that immediately pops into your iWebatool as a lead, and you get an email letting you know that you just got a new lead. So that's an amazing little system all in itself. So that's the first use for iWebatool, is to be able to help us promote iClub's products. The second use for it is if you happen to already have products of some sort that you're selling. You can become a solution provider on the internet. We kind of targeted this because Stella's Pet Stuff sells the Easy Leash. And the Easy Leash is guaranteed to stop your dog from dragging you down the street when you're walking them after just 3 times of using it, if you use it correctly. So that's the problem. You know, if you're tired of your dog dragging you down the street every time you try to walk them, well, Stella's Pet Stuff has a solution. And this video has a demonstration of how to use the Easy Leash. So anybody who is interested in Easy Leash, they can put in their name and their email in here, and they'll get 10% off on an Easy Leash just because they did that. And then it'll take them to Craig's sales page, where they can actually pick up a phone and talk to him about which Easy Leash would be best for their dog, and they can make a purchase. So that's the second use for iWebatool or other products other than the iClub products. The third one, which is the one I happen to like the most, is the one that allows us to uniquely brand ourselves. So I got to ask you guys, any of you guys ever been to a business networking meeting? Any of you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, was it a real diverse kind of group, or did you see a lot of people who were realtors or a lot of people who were insurance agents? I mean, did you see multiples of those kinds of folks?
Yeah, probably a little bit of all of that, Shan.
Mm-hmm. Well, Don and I have been to some really big networking functions where there's like a couple of hundred people or more in there. And I promise you, when you walk into a room and you get approached by 5 or 6 realtors, they all look and sound the same. They all are going to promise you awesome customer service. They're all going to promise you that, you know, they're going to put your house for sale or whatever you're looking for is on the multiple listing service. So it gets all the exposure you could ever ask for. They all look and sound the same, even though they might work for 5 or 6 different companies. And so what iWebatool allows us to do by having our own unique video that we can create, and I talk about creating our videos in alignment with our Friday Night Essence, because that's where we start to tap into talking about our passion and our purpose. And when we do that, people can feel that. They hear it from us. And all of a sudden now, instead of selling my happy, shiny product, you're selling people on who you are, who you uniquely are. Donald has had great experiences with putting this out there, and he's had quite a few leads come through his iWebatool of people who stopped and watched his video, because he gets quite passionate about anybody who has tried their hand in the corporate world and just doesn't feel like it's for them. And that's what his video talks about. So in this case, he's out there talking to people from the heart about what he gets passionate about, which is helping other people who don't want to be in the corporate rat race anymore. And now that's his personal brand. He could walk into a room with 5 other iClub Biz members and introduce himself as somebody who's trying to help people escape the corporate rat race. Instead of saying, hi, I'm with iClub Biz and we got travel and we got health products and we got iWebatool. No, he can talk about who he is and what he's about. That's called personal branding, and it's one of the most important things that we can learn how to do. Because that's what would, Don laughs at me when we go to networking functions, because if a financial planner comes up to me, in every networking function, there's at least 5 financial planners who are all trying to meet people and trying to get an opportunity to meet with them. And my first question to them is always, so what makes you unique? And they immediately start talking about their products. And I'm like, no. I don't want to hear about your products. They sound like his product and his product and his product. I want to know what makes you unique. And, I have met, Don and I actually kind of mentored a little bit one young guy who had just got into financial planning. And he ended up creating a niche where he, because he had an engineering degree, he decided that he wanted to help engineers to have a network. And so he started building his own network of engineers and hosting networking events for those engineers every month as a way to build his financial planning business. So he became known as the engineering networker. that was his personal brand within the financial planning. And he built quite a book of business just because he chose a personal brand like that. Another financial planner I met, I kind of pressured on him and I said, well, you know, why? Why is it that you're in this business? He says, to help people. I'm like, to help who? What happened in your world that made you feel like you wanted to be a financial planner? And he started talking to me about how he was in the, I guess they call it the sandwich generation, where he's got kids of his own, but he's also got aging parents, and he's finding himself in the middle trying to take care of both of them. And he just talked about the difficulties of financial planning in that kind of scenario. I said, why aren't you marketing yourself as the sandwich guy? You know, why aren't you out there looking specifically for the people who are in that situation who would relate to you and want to become your client? Well, he never did take me up on that. When I see him out here, he still sounds just like another financial planner. But that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. And that's why when we get into figuring out our passion, our purpose, our Friday night essence, and then we create a video about it like Donald did, and let people know this is what drives us, this is what gets us excited, you will attract people with a similar drive, with a similar excitement. And that is the power of iWebatool. We can use it to communicate that. So whether, you know, you're involved in NeoThink and, you know, you have the vision of, you know, we want health, wealth, and peace on the planet, or, you know, whether you've got a personal story about something that's happened in your world, whatever you can put up here to let people know who you are, and then let them know how they can join you in being part of your movement to be able to create more health, wealth, and peace on the planet, then that becomes a very effective way of going out here and meeting people. So that is hugely the third piece of iWebatool. And then the fourth piece that I will touch on just for a bit, because I don't think a lot of people even are really keyed into this side of it. And it's probably because I've been focused on trying to get people to use the iWebatool and put their video up. But I want to make sure you guys understand the other piece of this that is very powerful. Some people pay anywhere from $10 to $20 to $50 a month for an internet marketing tool that allows them to email groups of people. So you can see over here, these are some with some testing that we were doing when I was having trouble with the site, and iClub jumped on and started doing tests, help make sure it got fixed again. But you can see that I've had leads come through here. Mr. Stedman came through here one time looking at what I was doing. But this is the thing. You want to understand that as you build leads, as they come through that lead capture page, you are building an email list. And you have the ability to build a bunch of email lists. So let me just show you this. Because each one of those 34 templates can create a separate list for you. And so in your back office, you have the ability to do a broadcast email. And you can send to all of your contacts out of all of your lists, or here's the list of lists. And you can go through and just pick one list that maybe you've been working on building and be able to email that group. So you can check all and be able to send an email to everybody, or you can just do, you know, a few of the lists or just one of the lists. So that is a huge thing here, to be able to send those group emails out as well. And we have the autoresponders already set up for some of the pages that if you use it, there will be people automatically starting to get emails from you. So if you look into the autoresponders, and this is only on ones that they've set up for things like travel, okay? So you've already got, if you're working with one of the travel websites that they already have set up for you, in there is a whole bunch of emails that are all ready to go, that once somebody puts their name in there, they're going to instantly get one email, and then in 2 days they're going to get another email, and in 5 days they're going to get another email. These are all pre-set up. to allow you to stay in touch with the people who have come through your web pages. So a lot of people spend money for just a web page. A lot of people spend money for just an email marketing system like this. And you've got both of them in here for one low price, and the ability to have 34 separate web pages that you're using at any given time. So that, to me, is a huge amount of value. And this is the fourth piece of the iWebatool puzzle that I just wanted to kind of introduce y'all tonight and make sure that you understand that, you know, you can do a lot with this little tool, which doesn't cost us an arm and a leg. And when you have this this $12.50 a month product, you also become eligible to make money through your team. So that is the one other piece that I want to just make sure that I touch on quickly again for anybody who might be new here, is to just make sure that you're able to see the differences in terms of how we are all able to make money here. So when we're selling, I'll show you my cash count. When we're selling products to individuals, then we get cash commissions on those products. And as you build a team, you get paid on more and more levels in your team. And you can start to see cash commissions that come in like this on a monthly basis, where they just keep dropping into your account, whether you're doing anything or not. I haven't done a darn thing in terms of recruiting anybody. I've talked to a few people in the last few weeks, but it's probably been 2 months since I actually added somebody to the team. But you can see, I don't have to be working, and I've got money dropping in here almost every day of the month. So that's what happens when you are selling products. But where you really want to get to is building out a team. This is the first team commission that I've got in quite a long time. So I actually starting to get money on the team now, and that includes anybody that you all recruit. It's not just about my personal recruits. So, you know, you start getting $12.50 team commissions, and you can get that many times a day. It's not that hard to do. So I'm trying to find my volume history. There it is. So you will see that as you start to build a team and get people involved who want to be able to build automatic money, as I like to call it, that just keeps coming in whether you're working or not, you can see these are all, again, just in the last 30 days, these are all people in the team overall that I'm getting volume points on. And if you look up, let's see, right. Well, actually, it was last month, so it's not showing here right now. But basically, when it should be, yeah, here's where it hit. So here you can see that when I've got over 5,000 points on my left leg right now, but on my right leg I hit 78 points. And this 75 actually was a little bit under 75. It was like 74.3 or something, and that's why it didn't kick out my commission right away. But as soon as it went to 78, then that kicked out my $12.50 commission, because every time you get 75 on both legs, you get paid. And so that did that, and then it subtracts 75 from my left, and it subtracts 75 from my right. And now I have to build again before I get that next $12.50. The important part to understand is you do not get access to this money unless you're making a monthly purchase. It is totally optional for you to make a monthly purchase. You can make no monthly purchase, just sell products and still make money and be able to build out money on a team. But if you want team income based on what other people are doing, then you have to move to a place of getting a monthly purchase. And the iWebatool just happens to be one of the lower price monthly purchases. There's not that many programs out there where you can start to earn team income for just $12.50 a month. So that's kind of my my overview tonight on iWebatool and why it's important and all the different things that you can do with it. And I know we still got a few minutes to go. Anybody got any questions, comments?
No, Shan, but just to let you know, you're doing a wonderful job.
No. Well, thank you. I know it's always a lot of information that we're kind of putting out here, but I love Zoom because I can at least show and tell so you guys can see it. And there will be a video up on YouTube shortly. So if you want to go back and look at information again, you're more than welcome to do that. So, and again, don't be afraid if you've got questions about how can you best start engaging in building this team activity, please don't hesitate to reach out to me because I'm more than happy to help anybody in the team get up and get moving.
Yes, I had a question. Okay, like I'm basically doing the travel club,
Mhm.
and when you get the people in the travel club on the autoresponders, are they also selling the other products on the autoresponders? I think that's what it is. I'm not sure.
The thing is that if you're using, as an example, this website, if you go into your back office and just start promoting this website about the travel program, then there is a set of autoresponders that is already set up for this website, but it's only for this website. So it's only your leads that are going into this web page, and it's only for this web page. But once the leads are in there, if you want to use those leads to do a broadcast message about another product, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay? So you can do a broadcast message to any of the different groups in your lead list.
I got a question, Shan.
Yeah.
It's off the subject a little bit, but how do you change your email in the back? If mine says Donald Stedman 93 at Yahoo, but I want to change it to Donald Stedman 76 at Gmail, how do I go back in the back office and fix my email so they email me instead of the 93?
Right. I don't think you can do it in your back office. I think what you would have to do, and I always give out this email address, email support@iClubBiz.com and ask them if they can do it for you. I'm not even sure if they can, because our whole account ends up getting set up based on your email address. So the iWebatool uses the email address that you set up your iClub account with, and because your iClub account was originally set up several years ago, you were only using the Yahoo address at that time. You weren't using Gmail. But go to the support@iClubBiz.com and just ask Tiffany if there's a way to be able to change your email address. And if anybody knows how to do it, she will.
Okay. Thank you, Shan.
Okay. Let me also share one other or two other pieces of information too. I forgot I had these up here because you know, there are so many things that you guys could be doing that you might not be aware of. I mentioned about the idea of you know, going to networking functions in your area and being able to talk to people. Again, small business owners, if they are doing any traveling, why on earth shouldn't they be saving money by traveling through iClubBiz? Or why in the world, if they want to do more internet business, why not give them an opportunity to look at the lead capture page and figure out how they can integrate it into their business? But if you go to meetup.com, it will automatically pick up your location. And if you go to career and business and just say within 50 miles of, you happen to be in Raleigh, NC, then it will show you all the business networking groups that are out here. And there's nothing stopping you from going out and visiting some of them and building some connections that might actually be able to become part of your business. A lot of what we're talking to here in the Raleigh area right now about iClub is because we've been out networking and we've made these connections. Another thing to be aware of with Meetup is that there's a whole bunch of categories here. I was looking earlier about some of them. If you put in here outdoors and adventure, Well, guess what? You're going to find people who are traveling. So you've got a Raleigh Ski and Outing Club and Triangle Hiking and Outdoors Group, and you've got, you know, people who are going to hike in different places, and you know, there's all kinds of meetup groups that are related to travel. Now you can't just walk into these groups and start saying, "Here's my happy shiny product. I want you to get in my travel program." But you can go and find out what they're doing, and you can, you know, start building a relationship. And, you know, when you find out what gets them excited, they say, "Well, what do you do?" Well, then you have an opportunity to be able to talk to them about things. It's like, oh my goodness, single travelers that love to cruise meetup. We have cruise engines, guys. So there's all these places that you could go to and be able to connect with people. If you happen to be into the health and wellness side of things, well, you know what? We got a health and wellness bunch of meetups too. So, you know, these are the things to look for in places like Meetup, where you can go and find some like-minded people that might be interested in some of the things you're talking about. The other thing was, if you're not aware of this, and you maybe know more about it than I know, because I never hear any of you talking about it, you can go into groups on Facebook and do a similar kind of search. You can look for people who are into travel. You can look for people who are into wellness. And, you know, you're going to find that there's tons of groups out there that you can be able to connect with. And again, just work on building those relationships. A lot of you know how to do that. You're really good at talking to people online. And when you ask people what they do, they will ask you what you do. And that is a totally appropriate time to be able to let them know. If they're interested, they'll tell you so. If they're not, well, that's okay too. But there's lots of, you know, entrepreneurship kinds of stuff out here as well. So there's lots of places where there's small business owners hanging out in groups, and they're places that you can look to be able to educate them about the iWebatool. You know, it's possible that you could call this what we're doing here on Friday night. We're doing some online marketing education as part of this. So you can always invite people to this free 30-minute webinar. And, you know, that's a way to connect with more people. So I just wanted you to be aware that both in the online and the offline world, you can kind of tailor the groups that you want to look for and build relationships with. But you know, there's a lot of them out there, and you can be building relationships with them.
Wow. That's a gold mine, Shan, and meetup groups.
The meetup groups they absolutely can be, but you got to get out there and meet people. So, you know, but the good news is whenever you go to one of these groups and you're wanting to learn more about it, you know, they'll tell you exactly when they're meeting, where they're meeting, what's going on. So it's not anything too difficult to figure out. So yeah, there was the career and business one. We actually go to a number of these. We've been to different ones at different times. I think I saw one we're getting ready to go to here next week. Yep, Networking All-Stars. So, you know, this is one of the groups that we've been well connected with, and, you know, people like what we're doing. They give us opportunities to talk about some of the things we do. So it tells you exactly when and where they're meeting, and you get a chance to decide if you want to go or not. So just be aware these resources are out there, and it's another way to be able to build some relationships and get out there and find people who are interested in what we're doing. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Any other questions, comments? We got about 3 minutes before this time's out.
No, beautiful, beautiful. What we have is a magical opportunity.
You got it. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording then.